So ChatGPT is in the news again. They're coming out with their own web browser, and I'm covering it because this is going to change the internet once again in a really profound way. Chrome has a stranglehold on the web browser market, and it's a big reason why so many people use Google search and Google services. All Chrome browsers come with Google as the default search engine, and people just tend to use that, whatever it is that's around them. So ChatGPT's web searching has gone up by 212%. Okay, this is just index growth. Okay, so it's not the best chart, but it does show you that Google is down 5% with their web searches. More people are having conversations with ChatGPT, and more people are getting their information that way, and they're clicking over to websites, completely bypassing Google. What this means, why is this so big? Well, there's a monumental shift occurring where people are going to start getting their information not from Google, but from AI in general. Okay, so recently Google has been in the news because the Justice Department wants Google to sell Chrome browser. Okay, so they want to break Google up, and they've been pushing for them to sell off Chrome as its own company. Okay, and according to Google, this company, Chrome itself, is worth $100 billion. Huge amounts of money in this market. Okay, so they're obviously fighting that in a big way. And apparently ChatGPT wanted to buy Chrome and was basically told, go F yourself, we're not selling it. So what they're doing is they're actually using the same code base that Chrome runs on. So what does that mean? Well, Chrome is built on an open source piece of software. It's called the Chromium project. And with Chromium's project, you can literally create, using their code base, your own web browser. And this is actually what Microsoft did when they gave up on their Internet Explorer and came out with Edge. Edge is a rebrand of Chrome. Is basically an AI built in to the web browser itself, right? So what it does is it actually browses the internet with you and can summarize the pages. And then I'm actually on an alternate browser myself. This also uses Chrome. This is called Brave browser. It's really good for privacy and security and stuff like that. What ChatGPT is doing is they're using Google's browser, launch their own web browser using Chrome. Okay, so they're going right for the jugular. Again, why does this matter? It matters because it's the control of the environment. Let's ask Gemini, because that's actually Google's AI. And let's see what it says. How many people use Google search a month? Okay, so as of now, there are approximately 5 billion people use it. Okay, that's literally more than half of the world is using Google search. Okay, so this is just absolutely astronomical. They're saying there's 13.7 billion searches a day and over 5 trillion searches annually. Okay, now let's ask ChatGPT what it says. Okay, let's ask the same thing, but we're going to ask about itself. So how many people use ChatGPT searches a month? ChatGPT, so they're saying in the EU about 41.3 million searches. Okay, so 41.3 versus their 5 billion. Okay, so obviously, let's just see, 13.7 billion a day. So, right now it's a drop in the bucket, but I think that's where the monumental shift is going to occur, because we're going to start funneling people into AI in a massive way. So let's actually jump to the whiteboard and we'll talk about this a little bit more. So with Chrome browser or any kind of mobile, whatever it is, desktop, mobile, doesn't matter, okay? they're using Chrome. And why does Google have such a stranglehold on the internet? Well, a large part of it is because Chrome has Google built into it. Same thing with Apple. Apple does the same stuff with Safari. So they're funneling all this traffic into Google, and then Google sends that traffic out to these sites. All right? So now if we have this monumental shift and we start going into ChatGPT, we'll just call it CPT for short. Now they're going to start funneling people directly to the sites. Okay? So we're kind of like bypassing Google entirely and changing the market, because all of a sudden Google is kind of irrelevant because ChatGPT does the web search. They do the crawling of the internet now. They're the ones that are finding the sites themselves, and they're sending people right over. So Google's in trouble in a massive way. And that's why we're also seeing changes in how the search works on Google itself. If you haven't been paying attention, I'll just show you guys. Now they have AI mode. And it's basically their answer to ChatGPT, where they're trying to keep hold of what they've got going on here. And yeah, things are definitely shifting. So we don't know when this is going to drop. People are saying it might be over the weekend. It seems like it's pretty imminent, and we'll be here. So I'm going to be checking it out. I can't wait to get it. Honestly, I want to see how good it is, how bad it is. It's going to be super buggy, but I want to see if it starts replacing Google entirely for me. It's really going to shift how things are going. If we're skipping Google entirely, well, then we're changing a lot of our keyword tools if we're doing SEO, and it's going to reshape the internet. So with that said, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribed. I'm going to have an update pretty soon, and I'll catch you soon. Thanks for watching.